Hey guys, it's Rich Boy J here back in with another video, and today we have another mock review. This time we're going to be looking at Khatmorg's Delta 7, aka Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from Star Wars Episode 2. Before I get into this, I just want to say this is Khatmorg's model. I did not design it, but if you guys want to see more of his work, I'm going to include his information in the description of the video. Make sure you guys go check him out. I think he did a fantastic job with this model. This is honestly just such a great model to me for a variety of reasons. The first thing I think you'll notice when looking at it is that it has a lot of similarities to the UCS version of this model, but kind of shrunken down. So you can see that it uses the dark red wedge plates that kind of build up to the very front. And then there's these white slopes at the very tip of it. And that is something that I'm pretty sure he took directly from the UCS model and shrunk it down to use on this. And I think it looks really, really good. One of the other things I do appreciate about this model is the fact that it has a relatively low piece count. This is not an expensive mod to make. There weren't really any expensive parts when I was putting it together. And it was pretty cheap, I'd say. It's only 250 parts. And it's nice because typically when you get these MOCs that are kind of more detailed versions of a Lego set that have come out, it ends up being like twice the piece count of a Lego set. But I think that this thing clocks in at a relatively low amount of parts, yet still gives you all the details you would want in a model like this. So I want to take you over the features of this. Like I mentioned before, it has these dark red wedge plates that kind of go to the front, and that kind of looks like what you get with the UCS set. But I think that the most interesting thing about this model is in fact the cockpit. You can see that at the very edge, or at the very back of it, it's actually kind of built at an angle, and it's very cool the way he does this. This model has a lot of very unique building techniques, yet I'd still say it's pretty sturdy. It's not going to fall apart in your hands, and it's also quite swooshable, which is nice for a ship like this. But you can see that the cockpit is kind of built at an angle, and it's actually very close to what you see on the actual model. So I'm very impressed that he was able to integrate that into this model. I think he also did a good job with the fin on the back. I know that's something that isn't the easiest thing to reproduce in Lego. I know Lego has used like flag pieces and things like that to replicate it, but I do like his simple solution to it. One of the other cool things about it is he uses a lot of these printed parts that have the Republic logo on it, so you can see it's on both sides over here, and then there's a larger one on this side. We still got our astromech droid head right there, so R4 is still chilling with us. Got these boosters on the back, and I mean, they're pretty simple. They're just I guess the same pieces that you'd see on the like engines for Luke's land speeder, but it works pretty well for this. The cockpit, I'd say, is just so cool. It uses the same windscreen piece you'd see on the Republic gunship. Open it up, you can fit a minifigure inside of there. So I got Obi-Wan, and yeah, so you got some controls in there. You have an actual seat with what is supposed to be a screen, I imagine. So if we close that back up, I'm going to take you to the bottom of the ship. You can see that we have landing gears, and this is something that I really appreciate, especially with starfighters like these. Like if this wasn't here, it would be a really weird ship to just kind of sit on the table, but you do have landing gears, and they actually do retract. So you can see this is them in their kind of unretracted form, but you can actually just fold that in and then fold these two in on the sides, and then you have your retracted landing gear. So it's in flight mode at this point, and I can't say enough good things about it. It's just such a cool model. It was relatively cheap to make, so I think that, you know, if you were looking for small-ish MOCs, you don't have a ton of money to spend on building custom models, but you do want something that still has the detail and still looks very accurate to what you see on screen, I could not recommend this thing enough. So all in all, guys, I have to give this model 2 thumbs up. This is one of the first models I built that wasn't my own design, but rather someone else's MOC that I decided to build. And it's been a part of my collection for a very long time, and I see it staying that way. Even with Lego's recent release of that Jedi hyperdrive set with the Jedi Starfighter, I didn't feel the need to buy it because this one looked so much better. So if you guys are looking for a cheap MOC to build, I estimate that this thing would only cost you maybe around $30-35 to build in its entirety, assuming you have none of the pieces to start out with. And you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. I feel it is a very detailed model. A lot of building techniques are very cool on it, and it just looks so freaking accurate. So that's going to finish up the video, guys. Make sure you go check out the information I left for you on Khatmorg. He's the one who designed this. I think he did a phenomenal job, and I'm going to keep trying to roll out a lot of these MOC reviews. I have so many MOCs of other people's that I built and put into my collection, and I think that they deserve to have some sort of recognition for you guys on my channel. Like I always say, guys, if you like what I do, go ahead and support the video by hitting the like button, support the channel by hitting the subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon. If only this thing had a ship to chase it now.